What's going on, everyone? Tallen back here, and today we are actually going to be doing a very global-centric video today because a lot of people during my stream over the weekend were asking me about this stuff because a lot of people are also asking about, like, well, we get the Super Saiyan 3 category coming, but we don't get the Super guys. We don't have adult SSJ3 Gotenks. We don't have the adult SSJ3 Gohan or the Trunks SSJ3, all from Dragon Ball Heroes. What are we going to do? Are they optimal? Do you really need them? Are they needed? Or are they just more fun to have and everything? So I thought, okay, you know what? I'll go through, I'll make kind of a global SSJ3 team builder guide in terms of both an optimal and a non-optimal in terms of having the LR SSJ3 Goku, not having the LR SSJ3 Goku, and all that fun stuff right there. So we're going to get straight into that real quick. Before anything, real quickly, for anyone asking, because I know, especially my JP viewers, or even global viewers who do watch me, even though you do play global, anyone wondering about the LR Trunks real quick, he comes out on the 30th at 5 p.m. Japan time, so that's in 2 days, less than 48 hours actually, at the time of this recording. Just keep that in mind right there, because I know a lot of people at the moment you're watching this, within 2 days from now of the recording day, are going to be asking that. So let's head over onto the Dokkan Builder team, and let's take a look at some of the teams there. Okay, guys, so I have two tabs open. I have both the JP version and the global version open. Now, for the most part, these are basically the same. Of course, this is the global version. This is the JP version. One's in Japanese, one's in English, okay? So I want to go over what is currently optimal on JP, kind of how it evolved a little bit, and then I'm going to go over to the global side of things and be like, okay, knowing that what we know now from the JP side of things, are certain things really needed over here on global, or what can you do to maybe make up for some units that you might be missing, whether or not global simply just doesn't have them, or maybe you personally don't have them. So let's get straight into it. So first off, let's take a look at what is considered the optimal team right now. If you have every single card, you have the LR and all the 9 yards and everything like that, okay? This is the team right here, okay? Personally, we have the LR SSJ3 Goku, we have the SSJ3 Bardock, we have the Angel SSJ3 Goku. This buff coup, I'm going to get back to in just a second as to why he's here. Physical Gotenks, and the Great Ape SSJ3 Kid Goku. He needs no introduction. 33% attack to all is beautiful right there. Over in a flash to be linking up with that LR. Because remember, when working with this team, your main goal is to be getting this guy his 18 key super attack, because he is your hardest hitter. 180% up in the attack when getting the 18 key. His 12 key is, oh, I'll be frank, it kind of sucks, honestly, for the damage that you'd expect from an LR. It honestly does. So you have to keep in mind that when going for this team, again, we're talking purely optimal, best team ever scenario here. This is the guy that you're going to be revolving all your characters around, trying to get him over in a flash, rebirth, the whole 9 yards. That is why this buff coup is in here. He activates a lot of links for the Goku, especially the key, though. He has the rebirth link because, again, this SSJ3 Goku has rebirth. He also has the passive skill, which is Tech and Int, Key +2, attack and defense of 25%. That's +4 additional key right there. You have him on the side here, say up over here. You have the Bardock over here at the beginning, and you have the LR SSJ3 Goku right there. Boom, the guy is literally getting all of his key links activated, and all you need to get him is like maybe 5 key or less or something like that, depending on what is going on. So that right there is going to be very beautiful to do. So that is the reason the buff coup is in here. And like I said, as of right now, as of May 28th, 2018, this is considered the most optimal team. I was asking some friends who are part of like the Discord channel over for just Dokkan in general, over on the Reddit and everything, and they were saying, yes, this is the most one. You've probably seen the huge like long list. It's like this little picture, but then you can extend it, and it tells you all the basic optimals, LR and non-LR variants. If I can find the link or the picture, I will either check it out in the description below, or I will post it over on Twitter. I can't remember exactly what I'll do if I can even find it, so it might take me a few hours after releasing this, but nonetheless, just if you want to look at more pure optimal teams in that case. Okay, again, though, it is based on the JP version of the game, not the global version, because, of course, global will get everything that JP gets, except just simply the hero cards. And the hero cards really only so far affect the SSJ3 category right now. You can make it as an argument for the AGL Darkness Toa, but that's just more simply for type and for Super Battle Road. I've done plenty of guides and videos on that stuff where I don't use her, and you can still beat Extreme AGL Super Battle Road. So that's getting off topic, though. Let's get back to this right here. So anyway, so this is, of course, the main team that you'd be running, a purely optimal team. The nice thing about Bardock is he does give Super Int types Key +3 HP attack attack and defense up 90%. The only other category leaders that give 90% as of right now are going to be the LR Vegeta and the LR Gogeta to, of course, their respective types. So Bardock here is really nice. He really is. You can easily throw on someone like the Int SSJ Gogeta. He is at one moment when on JP, when this originally came out, he was so close to being optimal on this team, actually just for a little bit. It was pretty crazy. And I just realized, actually, I didn't put this Gotenks in here because that's another unit on there right now. In fact, actually, Broly at one moment on the non-LR optimal team, essentially, and I'll get into this a little bit later also with the global side of this team building guide exercise right here. But basically, this Gotenks, even with Rainbowed, Broly here with free dupe path still beat him in terms of attack power, which is ridiculous. So it's pretty crazy what this team can dish out right here, okay? So there's just lots of options, though. You can be throwing on a lot of different int types and everything if you want to. Again, like I said, though, I'm going to get into that in just a second over on the global builder side there. But one thing that a lot of people keep asking is like, whoa, hang on. JP got SSJ3 Trunks, SSJ3 Gohan, and the adult SSJ3 Gotenks. Both the Gotenks and the Gohan are pretty big attackers. One has 100% up in the attack when super attacking. One gets 60% attack and defense, and when he super attacks, he gets an additional 60% right there. And then the Trunks here is basically just he's a big shield, essentially. That's all he is. So Trunks is definitely one that, a lot of people are just like, I really don't need Trunks. The only thing he was really decently helpful with was the Easy A Broly, but global, you've had that for a while already. People have shown to beat it, no problem. So, it's obviously it's still kind of challenging, but it is better at least in the SSJ3 Gokus. So just keep that in mind right there. So the big question is, do you really need these guys? Are they even optimal on teams that do a lot of people use them? Not really. We'll have to see. So let's go over to the global side of things, okay? Again, I'm going to get back to the hero stuff in just a second, okay? So here is the quote-unquote, by the way, going back to this real quick, again, this LR variant team right here, this optimal for JP, is the exact same on global as of this moment right now. All these cards, the moment SSJ3 Bardock drops, all these cards are available. All of them are, okay? All of them you can go and get, so there's no need to be like, well, hang on, doesn't JP have more cards? Nope. You guys actually got LR SSJ3 Goku earlier than we did. We didn't get it until Christmas, which was like a month after SSJ3 Bardock dropped. You guys are getting that flip-flop. You guys are getting LR SSJ3 Goku, then you're getting SSJ3 Bardock, although not that much of a difference. I think it's like next week that you guys get the SSJ3 Bardock, so keep that in mind, okay? Now, in terms of a team that is non-LR, we're not going to focus on the LR right now, okay, because we already talked about that already. What is a quote-unquote optimal team without the LR? Well, it is actually this team right here. Is SSJ3 Bardock, SSJ3 Broly still, dude kicks butt like no tomorrow, except for that stupid defense debuff. SSJ3 Gotenks, no introductions needed there. The SSJ3 Angel Goku, the tech one. The Ape Goku, who is the SSJ3 Strength one. And then the Easy A SSJ3 Goku. Now, the reason you can't throw this AGL one and the LR one together if you happen to have them both is because they both have the same Goku name. The reason you throw on the Angel Goku is because he's Angel. Angel and Normal are actually technically different names, so that is why you're able to run them together, okay? Now, one thing you can easily do if you want to, you can start running a bunch of these different int types if you need to. Someone who's really helpful for, let's say, for example, you don't have the Angel Goku, for example, okay? You can throw on this int Gogeta right here. He shares Over in a Flash and Prepare for Battle, which means he links really well with the SSJ3 Broly, because Broly does not have the Over in a Flash link. He and the physical one are the only SSJ3s without Over in a Flash. Actually, I take that back. This tech Vegeta, but let's be frank, no one runs him at all. Yeah. Just anyway, back to the team building guide here. So anyway, so you can throw him in there if you want to. If you don't have him, a lot of people have the UI Goku. You can go ahead and throw on in here. He's not a bad card by any means. Another one that is maybe if you're focusing more around certain types maybe of SSJ3s is going to be, again, the Buff Coup, if you wanted to, that I showed off earlier. The Buff Coup, again, is only int and tech, though. So if you're focusing on the tech and the int SSJ3s, and then you throw on the int Buff Goku as well, along with maybe int Gogeta or someone like that, that is another one you can do right there. This int Goku is not bad at all, and the only reason I'm even throwing him in here is because he's an orb changer, so that can help with the whole lack of certain key links between the Over in a Flash guys and this Goku potentially right there. If you don't have this Goku, Whis is not a bad option either. He automatically gets +2 key. He's not linking much with anybody, but he is still at least giving the key, which is pretty nice. Again, if you are lacking some of those int units or SSJ3 units right there. Trunks, again, he is another guy who has Prepare for Battle, so he links well with the Bardock and the Broly. He changes orbs as well, so that's something really nice right there. Because again, you're not trying to focus around the LR, you're trying to focus around other guys. Heck, even the LR Gohan can technically go on here, and this is not the same as the LR SSJ3 Goku, because this guy's passive is still busted, where it's like every into orb is still plus 2 to 3 key sometimes, or whatever the case it might be. Plus 1 key whenever key is raised with key. Yeah, key is raised. Okay, whatever. Bad translations right there, but whatever. It is what it is. So anyway, so there are tons of guys you can go ahead and use. There's the physical SSJ3 Goku, the GT one that starts off as an SR. That guy gives plus 2 key to, I believe it's physical and tech, but he has over and a flash, and he's an SSJ3 type, so you can at least use that over and a flash link for this team if you want to be able to do that. You by all means go ahead. There's different ways you can go about that. So there are lots of different options, and the nice thing about these category teams is that you are allowed to go into it and be like, okay, look, I may not have an entire SSJ3 team, but for the most part, at least, you know, aside from like Ultimate Gohan and the SSB Evolution Vegeta and a couple other ones, they also have type leader passives. So you can go ahead and throw on int types, go ahead and throw on a tech, a physical, whatever the case may be. You can go ahead and use those guys right there, okay? So again, this is the non-LR optimal team, and if you have to, start switching guys out. Heck, I know a lot of people don't have physical Gotenks. Tech Gotenks works just as well. Yeah, his 12 key does suck because it goes down to extreme damage, but nonetheless, Tech Gotenks still hits amazingly on this team if you don't have physical. Physical, obviously better, right? But Tech is the one that you can go ahead and throw on there if you absolutely need to. There's GT Goku down here. He Dokkan awakens with the SSJ3 category when it comes out. Go ahead and throw him on there if you want to. He's a great unit to have in there. Same with the SSJ3 GT Vegeta. He's great to have on there as well. He's a great tank. He has it over in a flash once again, I believe. No, wait. No. Okay. STR SSJ3 Vegeta GT does not have over in a flash. Wow. Talk about... Wow, I did not actually expect that. Does Goku? Goku should. Yes, okay, he has over in a flash. Plus 3 key right here. Oops. No, but it's not gonna work. Okay, anyway, you guys get the idea. The AGL one has over in a flash, which is pretty nice. He can actually go on the same team, I believe, as the strength one, because the strength one has the ape name in him, whereas this one does not. The normal GT one. So you go ahead and run those guys right there. Again, you want to be focusing on over in a flash, unless of course you have to deal with Broly, or if you have him in there, then of course maybe you want to throw in a couple more prepare for battle guys in there, because again, Bardock is that nice linking package right there where he can link with the over in a flash guys and with the prepare for battle guys. So always keep that in mind. So the more you start to look at this, you're like, oh, well, maybe those hero cards aren't really needed. And you're absolutely right. They are not needed for this team. Yes, it is nice to run. Obviously, it's nice to have something that looks cool. SSJ3 Gohan, I know a lot of people love the look of the card and really want to go ahead and pull him. The SSJ3 Adult Gotenks is also a really cool card that people like. But, you know, unfortunately, with the way Heroes is going and everything, even with the anime that's supposedly coming out, it looks to be more like an OVA style thing / a promotion for certain cards coming out with the arcade game. Heck, there was even an interview thing that I got shown on YouTube by one of my streamers, or not one of my streamers, one of the guys who's watching my stream. He sent me this video, and it was about this guy who was at a panel. He was talking to one of the creators, or one of the guys at Bandai, and he asked about, you know, will Heroes ever come to global release or to the US or whatever the case may be. And they said over at Bandai, apparently, and this was March 2018, and they were talking about how potentially maybe they would start to build the arcades across the world in some certain areas that they think it would be profitable and they'd be able to do it and everything. It's been so long, though, since Heroes has been around in Japan that I just don't know if it will go US or even around the world. If it does, great. It is amazing. If the little show promotional thing does work out well and they do a global release for it or something like that, then perfect, then great. And I'll eat my own words. I'm going to be super happy about that. That Global could finally maybe get some of these hero cards. Heck, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Maybe that Heroes finally does come out, but then it's like, oh, we still have all this illegal stuff, or we're too lazy, we don't want to do it, and they never do bring in the Global. I don't know what the case is going to be, but as of right now, Global will not be getting the hero cards. So the SSJ3 Gotenks, the SSJ3 Trunks, and the SSJ3 Gohan, okay? Obviously, out of those three, I would say Gohan and Gotenks are really nice. Gotenks is also really nice for the Fusions team. I think he's still considered optimal if you rainbow him. If he's not rainbowed, then someone else takes his place. I don't remember exactly what. Those teams keep changing. But nonetheless, they are still, you know, obviously they're really good. But as of right now, they are not optimal on their teams. They are, again, nice to have. Again, the only one I would probably maybe can somewhat make an argument for is the SSJ3 Gotenks here, Adult. If you have him rainbowed, if that's the case, then he still might be optimal, but I think that might have changed again on the fusions. Again, not really 100% sure. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it in terms of the guide. So just to kind of wrap it all up here, yes, it sucks that the hero cards are not on global and potentially never will be, but at the same time, you don't need them to make a good SSJ3 team. The SSJ3 team is really nice because not only can you throw those guys on there, but Super Int. There are tons and tons of Super Int guys that you can go ahead and throw on there, even if you don't have all the SSJ3 cards or a lot of good Int cards, especially, you know, a lot of those supports. Start building your SSJ3 team around those kind of guys, right? If you have a Int support unit that only affects certain types, bring those SSJ3 types if you have them, and bring other Int types, and it can work out decently well for you. There are so many different options if you don't have the quote-unquote optimal. No one really cares about optimal, I mean, half the time. I mean, for crying out loud, when it comes to the SSBE Vegeta team, the Pure Blood Sand team, I hate the LR variant of that. I prefer the non-LR variant. It's so much more fun. It's a lot cooler to use. You get to see SSJ4 Goku and Vegeta working together, SSBE Goku or Vegeta and the Ultra Instinct Goku. It works really well, and I love using that team personally. So in my personal opinion, you know, don't get hung over the optimal guys. So there are tons of, again, different options you go ahead and use, and I didn't even cover them all. I honestly didn't. There's so many cards that you can go ahead and use. So I hope you guys are able to at least find this somewhat useful in terms of starting your team, building it, and if you are going for the SSJ3 Bardock, then great. That is absolutely amazing, and I hope you guys are able to pull him. He has yet to come back onto JP. I hope he does soon. I just don't know when he is. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Global, let me know what your thoughts down in the comments below are in terms of this team building guide. Did it help you in terms of thinking of possibilities for an SSJ3 team? JP, if you happen to be one of the people, if you happen to watch this as well, did this help you in terms of maybe changing it up if Bardock ever does come back? You know, obviously, if you don't pull the Bardock, the SSJ3 into one here, you do have the agility one down here, which is a leader. Now, he and the Bardock, the into one, cannot be run together, but he is kind of the baby leader of it, essentially. So if you have to be able to run him and then take the into one as a friend, that is another option right there as well. Just kind of keep in mind that, you know, you can't, again, run them together. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. Until next time, everyone, I will see you all in the next one.